Hey guys, Primal Instincts here. I know it's a little dark in here right now, but that's because my power's off, because I'm going to be replacing the electric panel at my house. Yes, this old boy right here is coming out. It's my old GE panel, and I'm going to be replacing it with this shiny new Siemens panel. This is actually the one that I had at the house, my first house I owned when I lived up in Ohio. And I never got to install my own panel before, but now I get to do it. And I should mention too that I am not licensed to do any of this. I'm not an electrician. So this video is not a guide to teach other people how to do something, since I'm not really licensed to do all that. But it is a vlog of me doing repairs at my house, and for something for all my fans and anybody else watching the video to enjoy. Now, the first thing I did was give my power company a 24-hour notice, and I did that on Friday. Today's Monday. They came and disconnected the electric wires for me, so there's no power to my house, so that way I can handle these big guys right here, 120 volts each. And I'll show you that there is no power coming out of these bad boys at all. And I'll show you what the outside looks like too. It's kind of interesting to see. They got my meter opened up for me too. Let's have a look. So here's where the wires come in. They got them disconnected up there for me. Call this going down, that's a drip loop. Up there where the wires go in is the weather head, and here is the mast going down to the electric meter. They call it a drip loop. So when it rains, the rain goes down and to the ground instead of in there and getting all this wet. That's also why that's angled the way it is, the weather head. But anyways, let's have a look. They had a lockbox on there so people can't just get in here, which is good because people shouldn't be messing with this. They actually took the meter with them. It is their property. And they aren't going to turn my power back on until this gets improved by an inspector. So this is where the wires come in, and you'll see right here there's a ground wire, and that goes all the way down through this conduit under the ground up into this ground rod here and this ground clamp holding it in place. That is how my panel is grounded. Depending on where you're at, they might not like that as far as inspections goes, unless they can see it, which they can since it's currently open. But if they wouldn't be able to see that, they wouldn't be considered accessible and not good for inspections or code. However, that is perfectly safe, and by being grounded in there, it is grounding the entire panel. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to back these out, and I'm going to disconnect all these wires. For this particular box, it is a 1/4 fit to get these backed out. And then I got my number 2 square bit to get all these wires undone. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I got the old one out. There it is in its dusty old glory. It's surreal to be able to handle these, since they would typically kill you if you touched them. Let's get a look inside of here. Up into the attic space. All right, I'm gonna slide this new one on, and I'll be right back again. Alright, so I had some ungrounded wires that were coming in from the attic, so I went ahead and pulled those out, and I ran these brand new wires from the attic so I can change all those out. And I went ahead and removed the knockouts that I'm going to need to put those wires through. I got the main knockout, my 2-inch Big Daddy clamp. So I'm going to put this through the wires and put it through the clamp, which I'm going to put on right now. Get those top wires in and then secure it. Oh, it's getting hot in here. It's a nice, beautiful, sunny day out, even though it is December here down south. That's why I moved here. I love it here. But here's what we got so far. I got the new panel in. I got it securely clamped down there. And I've already got the wires. There's only 3 that are coming from the attic. I got those 3, that's the air handler, and then here is the overhead lighting. I got those 2 in. So now, and I've already backed these out too. These wires go into there. Up next, we got this antioxidant compound. Just go ahead and I'm gonna smear it on the ends here before I put it in. Make sure it doesn't ever like seize up or oxidize on me. You gotta do it for a safety. Okay. Got the mains and the neutral in there. All nice and snug. And now it's time to put all the breakers on. And I know I'm not filming everything as I do it. I'm kind of on a time crunch. The inspector's waiting on me, and then the power company's got to come back out and put my power on. So got to make sure I do it pretty fast. All right, guys, and here we are at the end. I got it all put in. As you can see, the power's on. The inspector checked it out, approved, and the power company came and hooked everything back up. So here's what we're looking at. Just look at it. Just look at it. Would you look at it? It's all good. I already took these knockouts out, so it's just time to put the casing back on, and then it will be complete. It's finally done. Here it is, the final product. I installed it all by myself. The world's most beautiful panel. And yeah, now all I gotta do is patch up that drywall down there. Once again, there is the dusty old one that I replaced. I feel really accomplished that I installed it by myself and it works. So you can do whatever you put your mind to. Remember that. And now I gotta clean up this huge mess.